Boys in the Berg, hosted by Chris, JJ, and Andrew Speranza. Welcome to Boys in the Berg, the podcast all about Pittsburgh. I am Chris Speranza, and with me is just one person.
Just one person. It is me, Andy. Chris, why are we missing our third co-host today?
Well, JJ is testing fate with COVID and going on a cruise.
He is on a cruise ship right now. Where is he at right now?
I don't know where he's going. I just assume all cruises go to Jamaica
or something like
Bahamas.
that.
That's
regardless, wherever he is not able to use his cell phone right now. He sent us a text like Sunday night and said like, "Wow, that TikTok was really funny. All right, I'm turning my phone off. Talk to you boys in a week. Bye."
Yeah, basically. So JJ's not with us today, but today, while he is in the middle of the ocean, we are going country.
Yee, and I cannot stress this enough. Ha.
So today we are going to be talking about the, I think, very popular restaurant Tequila Cowboy on the North Shore of Pittsburgh.
Oh, good God. Yeah. Popular is a good word to use.
Well, I don't think we've been there enough times. Like, we've been there a good amount of times, but we were there for like not really peak periods. Like, I don't know if you're like me, but like I don't like going to places when it's busy. So like if I choose to go to a place, like I'll be like, ooh, like when's I'll get lunch at 2 p.m. when no one else is there.
Right. Yeah, I definitely, you know what, that's a really good point to bring up, because when Tequila Cowboy, like when you go to Tequila Cowboy on a weekday, you go there for dinner on a weeknight or something like that, it's really not that bad. It is not that bad. It's whenever it's Friday, it's Saturday. And even then, like, we're making it sound right off the bat here like it's a hellhole there on the weekends, and it's, a place that you don't want to be at. That's not necessarily true. It's just, how's the best way I can describe this? If you're not really a type of person to go to a club, don't go to Tequila Cowboy.
on like a Saturday night.
Yeah, on a Saturday night, maybe even Friday night too. It's just, I mean, it's a good place to go if you're going to watch a Steelers game, or if there's going to be like a Penguins game or Pirates game on or something like that.
Or a Steelers away game, which is what the radio stations try to promote all the time.
Oh, God. We might as well get right into that.
Yes, let's get right into that. So just to start off, so Andy and I, we used to work for a place called Entercom Radio, or Entercom something, and they're under a different name now. I think like Odyssey or something. Yeah, but those radio stations under that were KDKA. I forget what the radio thing was. Was it 1028?
Yeah, KDKA 1020 KDKA, The Fan 93.7 The Fan, 100.7 Star, and Y108.
Yeah. So what we're going to be talking about some radio hosts, and like we're going to talk about the nice ones. The ones we don't like, we're going to call them Slagathor.
Yeah, I think that's probably a smart idea.
Yes, we will use the term Slagathor for some of our stories.
Yes, I think that's smart. We need to keep the identity of some people that we do not prefer anonymous.
So, when we worked together for Y108, obviously, because it's at Tequila Cowboy, basically we would just go there every Steelers away game, because they always booked Tequila Cowboy for that time, because like I don't know. Like we would go get there by like 11 a.m. and we were supposed to be scheduled till like 5 p.m. but we would always leave at like 4 or something, because like the radio DJ would be like, yeah, I'm going home, I already recorded my stuff, so goodbye.
Yeah, and you know what, the weirdest thing is, and I know that, I don't want to stray too far away from this, but That is for an away game for Tequila Cowboy. Do you remember whenever? Oh, this might have been before you got hired there.
Well, don't is it like a Sunday Steeler story? I think I've been there for a home game before. It's like
It is.
typical
It's
Pittsburgh bar.
right. It's no bottom line. I mean, this is outside of Tequila Cowboy. Whenever there be a Steelers home game, okay, and if we have any Entercom former employees, current employees listening, you'll definitely see where I'm going with this. When we had a Steelers home game and we had to be promotional, promotion assistants here for these events, which by the way, the best way we can describe being a promotion assistant is like if you go to a concert and you see people underneath like the radio tent giving out prizes and making people have fun, stuff like that. That's pretty much what we do. Okay, but we would do that for all sorts of events, concerts, sporting events, car dealerships for some reason. It would be really,
It'd be so weird. And
it
then
really
like
would.
just to get off topic for 1 second, like I remember doing one at like a Kenny Ross or something in Monroeville, like right
Oh
off
yeah.
of whatever in Murraysville, and like it was just like, look, it's actually whoever the car place was, something Harper or whatever, and it'd just be like he just looked like an ordinary guy. And everyone's like going crazy over him. I'm like, geez, take it easy.
Yeah, it's strange job, honestly. It was fun, but it was still had its strange moments.
I
But
I don't I don't think I've ever worked a job where at first moment I would be up at 5 in the morning, and then like the next day I'd be like working from like 7 p.m. to like 2 a.m.
it really is weird. I mean, a lot of these events that took place, like especially the country concerts out in Burgettstown, PA, where our Pittsburgh concert venue is. A lot of them you'd meet for the day at, oh god, 2 p.m. If it was a Saturday, you meet at like 2 p.m. and you would not be done working until 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and that's if you got out before the concert ends too. So it's super weird. It's super weird. But keeping in line with that sort of topic of discussion, the reason I was going into that is because when we have a Steelers home game, okay, for some weird reason, okay, let's pretend like a game would be at 4:30. We would always get set up at the casino, which was right next to Heinz
Oh,
Field, right?
I forgot about
You know
that.
where I'm going
Yeah,
with this? Yeah. So if
yeah,
this
yeah.
game was at 4:30, we would meet 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and I have no idea why. Same goes for like an 8:30 game. Like if it was an 8:30 at night game, we would meet to get ready to go at like 11 a.m. And there's no, I mean, it's a 20-minute ride from the radio station down to the North Shore,
Because the
where
radio station's in Green Tree.
right, exactly, and it really is not that far, but I don't know. That's we had a lot of weird meet times.
Yeah, I forgot about the home games being at the casino. Like I feel
Right.
like the radio stations, they pick like the places that are least interesting for people to go to during a special event. Like no one went to Tequila Cowboy for the Steelers home away games. They would just like stay at home or go to their local bar that's nearby. And then for Steeler home games, everyone's tailgating, but we're like in the casino. like I,
And
like
you
I
know what?
don't get it.
So I know that the past couple years, and I know we're getting off topic here, but I got to say this real quickly here. But the past couple years that we were doing that, we would be inside the casino. Okay, like that's whenever you would be inside with us. That's whenever you worked there with us. Years before that, we would actually be outside in 15-degree weather for all that extended amount of time, and it was terrible. It was terrible because there would be no one out there. We'd be all freezing, and it was pointless. It really was. So, needless to say, I don't really miss those Steeler home games at all.
No, I wouldn't miss them either. But let's go ahead and let's get back with Tequila Cowboy. So we
Let's do
would
it.
go there for the away games, and my favorite part of that was I don't know why, but we were always scheduled together, and we would always just keep track of our fantasy football team because they had every single game on all of the TVs, and it was Like, they didn't care if you had your phone out. Your boss wasn't there. You had the radio DJ Slogathor having you park his truck. But
Jesus. You know what? We cannot forget that story. We got to tell it here eventually. But yeah, that's.
oh no, we'll get into it right now because so there's a radio DJ. Like we said, we're just gonna call him Slogathor just to be safe. What happened was it was probably like my first or second time like doing this job, and what happened was most radio DJs have been pretty respectful. Like for an example, I'll say her name. Kristen is the best. Like,
God, I love Kristen.
yeah, she's great. So like what she sounds like on the radio, she is in person. Like, she's great. So Slogathor comes in like 20 minutes late.
Oh no.
And and he's freaking out. Sorry, it's a guy, but it's Slogathor. But like, and he's freaking out, and I'm like trying to be a respectful, someone trying to break into the radio business, which I never did, which is why I have a podcast. And and Slogathor goes, "Hey, can you park my truck?" Like, just meeting me for the first time.
Yeah, he walked in and that was the very first. It wasn't like a hi, this, how you doing or anything. It was literally, hey, can you go park my truck?
And I was
he was treating us like we were like valet attendants, and it was annoying.
I was like, I guess, like, I already drove trucks for a living, so I didn't give a shit. Like, I'll park it, but like I'll park it if you're just like, hey man, I know I'm 20 minutes late, and I got to start recording my stuff right now. No, it's just like, hey man, can you park my truck?
Yeah, like if that's going to be the case, like even then, and to give a little clarification to that, like I said, we were promotional assistants. We would update the social media, pages and stuff like that. Every event that we would be at, we would be promoting their company, their event. In this case, we would be promoting, Tequila Cowboy, get people to come down, have a beer, get some food, watch the Steelers game, etc.
That didn't work.
No, it really didn't. And every event, well, most events, but big events like that, you would have a radio DJ that, would be at this event. They'd be recording. They have like special equipment to record their own stuff that they put on the radio. And that's when you'd hear it. So whenever, you're on, out in the car and you hear on the radio, hey, this is Andrew. We're down at Tequila Cowboy. They're recording that in live moment. Okay. So every big event like that has a radio DJ. So in this instance, yes, what's his name?
Slogathor.
Yeah. Slogathor comes in 20 minutes late. And like you said, Chris, it just sucked because it was, hey, can you go park my truck?
And I parked it at the casino. Like, I parked it, like, that's a pretty decent walk, to be honest. I'm surprised he wasn't just like, hey man, can you get my truck now? But yeah, so I park his truck at the casino and I walk all the way back and I'm furious. I'm like fuming. And I think that's when like you and I were talking afterwards, like hanging banners and shit. And I was just like, I'm moving to Indy. Fuck Pittsburgh. And
that was the deciding factor right there. Slogathor, had you park his truck and he said, I'm out of here.
Thanks, Slogathor. You made me move to Indy and now I'm moving back.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But then I think I remember you telling me like Slogathor was just like, oh, does he even know how to drive a truck? Like,
yeah, that's the part I was going to keep out. But if you happen to know about that, I will.
I know about it.
Okay, good. I'll share that part of the story. Yeah. I can't get over this name. Slogathor and I had done previous events together. He and I were cool. Like, we didn't have any problems, anything like that. Pretty sure he didn't know my name, but he was familiar with me. He knew who I was, and he and I talked before.
You were Buddy. Remember? Like, he called you Buddy all the time, so you're like, yeah, my name's Buddy.
Oh my god, that's right. I forgot all about that. My name to him was Buddy. I was Buddy the Elf to Slogathor. um, but yeah, we had known each other before this event here, and I guess I don't know. I was inside. I was hanging up banners, getting all this stuff ready. All that stuff. I guess that you and Slagathor were outside, and he was watching you pull away or something. Did you almost hit a car or something like that?
He probably thought I was going to, but like I said, I drive a box truck, but like I drive trucks for a living, so I'm like, I know what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
in a vehicle I'm familiar with, not a vehicle I just got acquainted to at the last second.
Yeah, he came back in. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, but he came back in. And he was like, "Oh, you should have moved my truck." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because the other guy, he almost hit my truck with something else. I would trust you with my truck more than I trust him." And I was like, "Buddy, you're about like 40 minutes late into this meet time. Like, you want to start recording now?"
I don't mean to make this into a Slagathor episode. We'll get into like Tequila Cowboy, but like, and then he goes like calls a waitress over. He's like, "Hey, honey," like he's just like he said like depending on the manager, they get free food. He's just like, "Hey, honey, can I get a cheeseburger?" You're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Are you gonna charge me?"
Jesus. That's
I'm Slagathor, god damn it.
Oh man. Yeah, that was
It was quite a day.
it was quite a day. It was a very interesting day. It was a very interesting DJ, and obviously we don't mean any offense to him. We don't want to actually talk shit or anything like that, but
I
he's
do.
just
Fuck Slagathor. No, I'm kidding.
it was just it's interesting. I'm glad we got to share our thoughts about that one.
Yes, we do have to share our thoughts about Slagathor.
Oh
But
god. Yeah.
maybe we could make a T-shirt out of him.
That
give him
would be a bad idea. That
give
would
him
not
none
be
of
a
the
bad idea.
give him none of the royalties. Just it's all ours.
We'd make a profit. No, but I mean that was, sort of transitioning into more about Tequila Cowboy. I mean, it was pretty cool, specifically for the reason that you stated, Chris. It was we were this is okay, so this is the second podcast show that we're doing. The first one was all about our fantasy football team, and so with that said, we were really into, well, we still are. We're still really into fantasy football, and this was a couple years ago that we worked as promotions assistants, and you're exactly right. They had every game on all of these TVs, and we would keep tracks on our fantasy football teams, and just see who was winning, who was getting some points, and it was really cool because I mean, obviously we didn't want to work on a Sunday. I don't think anyone does, but
No,
yeah,
hell no.
it's at least we would be home on our couches watching these football games. In this instance, we're getting paid to. You know what I mean? So it's not all that bad.
And you know what? We were together the whole time. I thought it was even more fun doing it at the casino because, like, I would run from one part of the casino to the other just to be like, "Ha! My kicker got a point!" Like, run all the way back to my booth.
Yeah, the casino was fun because I remember this is actually just coming to me now that when we were at the casino, and again, the casino was for these home games and Tequila Cowboy was for the away games. The casino, we would have all 4 radio stations, and we would, you got, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 different promotion assistants, and they'd split us all up, like 2 or 3 people per station. And yeah, it was pretty cool because, like you said, I would be on one side of the casino with the country station. You'd be with, KDKA, and we'd both be watching the same game. And whenever something big would happen, we would both like start running at each other and like try to find each other to see if the other one saw what we just saw. So yeah, it was.
I'll meet you at the Buffalo slots.
I'll meet you at the blackjack table.
I'll meet you at Willy Wonka's whatever.
Almighty.
So I do have to say this about Tequila Cowboy. When I heard about it, I was just like, okay, there has to be like multiple locations. And in my research, there's only 2.
There are only two, and correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, one's in Pittsburgh, but the other one is in Nashville.
Yeah, the other one's in Nashville and actually like fits in with like the whole Broadway street and everything. Like when you look
Yeah.
at like the Pittsburgh one, there's like whatever they call it now. I know it as like the Root Sports Building,
Oh
and
yeah, they change it every 20 minutes. I can't keep up.
yeah, there's like the Tequila Cowboy and like what the hell is it called? Um I don't know,
Oh,
it opened to me.
Bar Louie.
Yeah, Bar Louie and like some kind of fish place. And I'm just like, okay, it kind of fits. But like Pittsburgh's kind of like a country place, I guess.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing too, and I promise I'm not going to switch this over to a snowboarding episode here, but whenever I would go up to Seven Springs here, I would sort of realize that Pennsylvania really is divided up into two cities, Pittsburgh and Philly, that absolutely hate each other, and then everything in between is just farmland. It's the Amish, it's country vibes. You know what I mean? So we are definitely up north. But when you take out Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, which I know is kind of hard to do because those are the two main cities in Pennsylvania, I mean, it's kind of like farming lands out here in Pennsylvania. So honestly, I guess I can see it. I guess I could see it, but I agree with you. It is still maybe a little bit out of place.
A lot of Trump flags.
Oh yeah, Donegal, PA, where Seven Springs is. You should see the Trump signs.
I'm surprised the people that are like Trump voters didn't move out of Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania fucked them over.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. But you know what? The other thing too that also just came to mind was that Tequila Cowboy, yes, you would understand that it is a country bar, and it is. But they have 3 different rooms
Yes,
that are divided into 3 different categories.
I have researched this. There is
you want to go into that?
Yes, there is Tequila Cowboy, which is Tequila Cowboy, and there is I don't understand this, but like every time we would work at the radio station there, like I've never seen any of these places open, but there's Little Red Corvette, which is supposed to be like an 80s and 90s themed
Right.
section of the place.
Right.
And then there's Wannabes, which is like the karaoke bar, which I've never seen any of them open in my life.
Like, you know what?
I
think they only open those like on the weekends. So like a Friday night or Saturday night, they're always open. But yeah, you're right. It's really only open on those sort of weekends, and I haven't really ever seen those rooms open either, other than that. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
Do I even tag Tequila Cowboy in this on like socials? I'm just like, I feel like I'm okay. Let me get on the bright side of Tequila Cowboy, so we can at least get one sponsorship. So yeah, everything looks fun there. Okay, never mind. Here's my last like pooping moment. So I was just like, okay, let me go.
You know what? You got to say everything here because I got a story that I was annoyed with too. So we're gonna say this all now.
Okay, so I went to the music section. They're like, check our Facebook page, and so I went onto their Facebook page, and let me see if I get the Pittsburgh one pulled up. But it was like I was looking at the cover photos. It was like one post January 3rd, January 3rd about Ben Roethlisberger, and then December 22nd, 2021, promoting a Christmas party, and then like that was it. Like they only promoted like events. I thought they were like promoting something like every single day. Like if you go on the Tequila Cowboy like Nashville page, it's just pictures of women just drinking drinks like every other day. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay, so you go ahead and then we'll get our sponsorship back.
So this is not Tequila Cowboy's fault. It's really not. This is more, and I don't mean to keep coming back to the radio station. I know we have a bad habit on this podcast of constantly going off track here, but I got to say this really quickly here is that we had an event there. It was St. Patrick's Day. I want to say 2000, we'll say 18, something like that.
Oh, so no one was wearing masks. No one was vaccinated.
No. This was pre-COVID. This
I
was
know. I'm
pre-COVID.
joking.
This was okay.
I'm just like, it was a better time. It seems like 40 years ago was 2018.
Well, yeah, I know. Now I'm getting lost in. I'm losing track of whenever all this COVID stuff happened. But you know what? Let's go on record and say that tequila. COVID probably started at Tequila Cowboy. It probably started right there. But
It
no,
started with Slogathor.
Yeah, that's probably true. Um, yeah, we had an event there at Tequila Cowboy. It was in this little, what's it called, Little Red Corvette room.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like if you're not a fan of like country music or anything, that's pretty much the room you're going to go to, because like you said, Chris, it's 80s music and 90s music and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. It really is. But we had an event there on St. Patrick's Day.
Ouch.
At like 5 p.m. Actually, we split the day up into two groups here. So like, one group was there from like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then the other group was there from like 2 p.m. to 5, 6, 7, something like that. We were positioned right next, and this was one of those events that we did not have a DJ. Okay, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, we're representing our station here. We got a little like raffle here if you want to win like Gateway Clipper tickets, stuff like that. Fill out your name, put the thing in there.
Oh yeah, just real quickly, I don't even think the radio stations knew what they were giving away half of the time. Like, you would just grab signs in a filing cabinet and be like, "Well, I guess they're gonna try and win Gateway
I guess we're
Clipper
giving
tickets
away
today."
Penguin tickets today.
Sure, we're giving them away. Don't call anyone.
Yeah, it was the same sort of deal there, but I was just me there because we had two radio stations, and two people for the other station were off in the main country room, and then I was by myself in this little red Corvette room, and I was positioned right off next to the dance floor. Okay, and again, this was at 5 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day, which was like a Saturday. All right, this was whenever everyone was like, they were drinking all day. Everyone was wasted, and for some odd forsaken reason, our booth was right there next to the dance floor in this tiny ass room, and it was just chaotic. It was people just, they were setting their drink. I mean, by the end of the night, the entire table was covered with drinks, empty
What?
bottles and everything like that. Yeah, because it was just really, really out of place. You know what I mean? It was very strange for us to be there, just because it was. I can't say anything bad really happened. It was just out of place, is the best way I could put it.
Yeah, like when I went, it was for some kind of Saturday event. And first of all, I like how in Tequila Cowboy, because someone was performing there, but I like how in Tequila Cowboy, there's pictures on the walls of like Jason Aldean, Miranda Lambert, Blake Shelton, all these superstars that would never come to Tequila Cowboy to perform.
Yeah, I
and,
agree.
and so I had to work on a Saturday, and this place is like packed, and everyone's getting drunk and wasted, and I'm working with Kristen, and like we said, she's a super nice person, and just like this one guy like keeps going over to her. It was kind of like you see about like people in bars and movies, how they're just like, "Hey, what's your name?" And like them trying to get like the girl's number, and like Kristen was just not having any of it, but she was being nice, like saving face at the same time. Like,
Right.
she's a personality, like she has to save face, and like the whole time, and he's just like, "Yeah, life sucks." And Kristen's just like, "No, it doesn't. Like, look, I'm a radio DJ. I'm getting paid to do this right now." And he's just like, "Yeah, but life sucks." Like typical backwards hat guy that like thinks he's country, but he's
you meet a lot of strange people at Tequila Cowboy. You really do. It's you meet those kind of people there that are just like, you need a glass of water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, you need a glass of water.
I can smell your breath from the bathroom.
Exactly.
Like, you need a glass of water.
You are too drunk right now. You need a glass of water. But yeah, it's very interesting. Have you ever read The Bull there?
I forgot we didn't. How did I not even think about that? No, I've only seen videos of people riding the mechanical bull, and as a independent professional wrestler, the only thing I want to do is just jump off the bull and just take a bump. Like that's all I want to do. Like I don't want to get my crotch smashed the whole time. Like I just want to take a bump.
Yeah,
But
I've never done that. I mean, I one of the events I was working there, it was probably the St. Patrick's Day one. There were a bunch of, God, they looked like they were 50 years old. They were like 50-year-old ladies. They were just up and down on this bull. Like they did not stop trying to ride this thing and conquer it. It was kind of strange.
you know where else you could ride a mechanical bull that
Where?
you and I will have to visit, and we're going to do an episode on this in the future. Uh, the new the new casino in Greensburg, where the old Bonton used to be in the mall.
Really? I did not know that.
There's a bar there called PBR, like professional bull riding bar, and when you walk in there, I couldn't hear anything the second I walked in because the music was blasting, and there was a mechanical bull to ride for free. I don't know if you have to pay for it at Tequila Cowboy, but like it's free.
I
That
don't
and
believe you
Greensburg.
have to. Yeah, I think it's free there, or at least it should be. I mean, they should be paying you to ride that thing if it's
Yeah.
that disgusting, you know. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that at all.
Oh yeah, the like when you go to the Greensburg Casino, you like walk in and you're like, I'm not in Greensburg. This isn't my quaint little town. Like this is different.
um. Okay, so let me ask this. We've talked a little bit about different events that we worked at Tequila Cowboy. Let's talk about something else here. Have you ever drank there? Like, have you ever actually just gone to Tequila Cowboy and just as like a, not as a promotional worker, as like an actual just person? Have you ever gone there just to hang out and drink?
Kind of on topic but off topic.
Sure.
My last shift for the radio station was at Tequila Cowboy, and JJ, Nick, and Christy, brothers and sisters, they came to visit, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take my break," even though I worked like a 4-hour shift, and I just ate with them for like over an hour.
But that's like the thing, like you sat. I remember that you sat like right next to the booth, and you were taking your break, but like there was no one that came up to the table either. So like we literally could have both sat down at this table for 2 hours, and it would have been totally fine. Honestly, if anyone's looking for a profession, like be a promotions assistant. It is awesome in a number of ways. It kind of sucks every once in a while, but it's pretty cool.
If you're 18 to 22 years old and don't mind getting paid like I was gonna say $10 an hour, but that's being
Oh,
that's
that's
being
very generous.
that's being very generous. But getting paid a certain amount to like basically travel everywhere and go see concerts and everything. Because like there were some people that eventually got fired that just like went just to see the concerts. And like we would get emails about it all the time saying like you're not here to see concerts. But like yeah, if you're like 18 to 22 years old and you still live with your parents and like you drive a shitty car, like this is the job for you.
Yeah, that's a it's a good explanation of it. It really is.
I think it is. It's pretty spot on. But I do want to talk about no, I haven't gone there to casually drink, but I have gone there to casually eat, and the food is actually pretty decent in my opinion. And
It is.
I swear there's a chicken and waffles, but I don't see it on like the online menu. But I do want to say this. This is the most Pittsburgh thing. I was looking at both of the websites, like the one in Nashville and the one in Pittsburgh. The one in Pittsburgh has a brunch menu.
Really.
The one in Nashville does not have a brunch menu. I feel like that's the most Pittsburgh thing. Just like, oh, you want to get brunch down at Tequila Cowboy? It's Sunday. I mean, just got out of church.
Nothing says Sunday after like church and then Tequila Cowboy.
No,
Yeah,
they're all at Eaton Park and like
that's true. Eaton Park is the place to go to after you go to church.
I don't know.
Um,
I haven't been to an Eaton Park in well since I moved out here, but like that's another episode.
Yeah, they do have really good food. They do. I had something. You'll have to forgive me. I can't remember what it was, but I had. It may have been like chicken quesadillas or something like that, and it was really, really good. I mean,
Oh yeah,
all
like
the
an
food there
appetizer, right?
was. Yeah, exactly. It was. I mean, even the burgers there. Ask. What's your name for
Slagathor. Yeah.
him?
Slagathor got a burger. He's like, I will murder someone if I don't get this for free.
I remember. Okay, wait. I remember when he got that burger, he was like, "Oh, it's gonna add so many calories. Like it's today's cheat day." I was like, "Okay,
And I was just like, I just parked your truck, sir. And he's just like, go park it again.
go park it in another parking lot." Um, yeah. So good food, good food. I have gone there. I went there a couple times with some college buddies. I went there a couple times, and it's pretty fun. It's a place that you know what if how's the best way? There's no easy way to describe Tequila Cowboy because it's so weird. Like I said, if you're more of an introvert, don't go to Tequila Cowboy.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the best way I could put it. Don't go to Tequila Cowboy if you're an introvert. But I mean, even if you go there, and I'm not saying anyone should just like go out to just black out. But I'm saying if you're drinking and you're hitting the North Shore and you're hitting the South Side stuff like that, and you're actually like pretty drunk, Tequila Cowboy could be fun. It could be fun. It really can. And one of the best memories I have of Tequila Cowboy is that I went there with, like I said, a couple college buddies. And for the record, I'm not much of a drinker. Okay, I don't really drink that much.
Oh, I know
Even
about that. Your 21st birthday was hilarious. We were on the south side. You had like the most fruitiest pineapples, coconut drinks, and we were at a pizza place at like 1 a.m. You were staring at the wall.
That's what I wanted you to say. That was my best memory of my 21st birthday. Again, I don't drink that much, so I didn't have a whole lot to drink, but that was the drunkest I've ever been. And I just remember that we went to a pizza shop.
I gotta find the photo because I know what you're talking about.
Oh, if you have that photo, you got to send that to me. You got to put that on our social media pages. You got to do all that stuff because I don't think I have that and I want that photo back. But
What
pretty
year
much
was your What year was your 18th birthday?
oh god.
Because I'm scrolling, I'm trying to find the photo. The guy had a shirt on now, standing next to you, and
No,
it
that
had
wasn't my 21st. I know what you're talking about. That wasn't my 21st.
that was your 21st. Don't try and bullshit me. You were blackout drunk. I
No, it
found it.
wasn't. We
Oh,
went
never
out.
mind. I can't
Yeah.
say that on the air. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what his shirt is. I'll show you it. And we'll get your reaction on the air. Ready?
Yeah, it's that one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
not saying what his shirt says out loud.
that took place in April. My birthday's in February. I'm telling you, that was one of my 21st birthday. We went to a pizza shop afterwards. I gotta find that picture. And my sister Lauren went with us. You were there. My sister Lauren, a couple of our friends, stuff like that. Um, she took a picture of me just leaning against the wall of this pizza place, just staring out the window because I had never been drunk before. And again, this wasn't something where I was like, like uptight or I didn't want to like piss off my parents or anything like that. It was just like I didn't really like the taste of alcohol. I didn't really have any preference to drink, so that was the first time I was ever drunk. And I remember leaning against this wall, just staring out the window while like you and Lauren get the pizza and everything, and I am just doing my best to focus on not dying because that's what I really thought was going to happen. And I remember the pizza guy behind the counter was like, "All right, you guys get home safe now, okay?"
Yeah,
That was
that was
awesome.
quite a fun day. But
That was
let's go ahead. Let's go back through the doors of Tequila Cowboy where
right.
you're drinking there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we were down there at Tequila Cowboy with a couple of college buddies. Same thing. Like I had like a beer or two. Nothing too crazy. My one friend, he's like, "All right, I'll be right back." 2 minutes later, he comes back with this. I think it's a Jolly Rancher shot. That's at least what he told me. I'm not really sure. I took this shot and I don't remember anything after that. And that makes it sound really bad. Like there were like, there was something in my drink. Like it wasn't anything like that. It was just, he had me take this shot. He was like, I'll get you a shot that you really like it. And I'm obviously, like you said, I'm into this fruity stuff. So Jolly Rancher shots are, right up my alley. I took this shot, and afterwards I was just like, oh my God, I feel fantastic.
You're like from Anchorman when him and Christina Applegate are having sex, and she's like, "Take me to pleasure land."
It was something else.
Like
it was something else. It was really, really good. And that was, I mean, we spent the rest of the night at Tequila Cowboy. Apparently I did not do anything too crazy, but my friends just told me that the entire night I was just giggling the entire time.
Well, you were probably finding a wall to stare at, just like last time. Just like
trying to have a conversation with a wall.
Staring at Blake Shelton, trying to have a conversation with
him. I was having a conversation with the mechanical bull.
It's just like someone's riding the mechanical bull. You're just like, mechanical bull, what does grass taste like?
So do you come here often?
Like, how's your back?
You need to go to a chiropractor. Oh my God.
You just go over to the Luke Bryan picture. You're just like, can I drink a beer with you? Like that song that you have? Yeah, I know your brother's dead.
Oh, wow. Oh man. Did you put the cherry on the top? It if a Rascal Flatts song comes out, for all the listeners, I'm sure everyone who already listens to this podcast already knows this. I'm a massive Rascal Flatts fan. So,
is there a picture of Rascal Flatts in Tequila Cowboy?
There is not, but you know what? In the spirit of going off topic, can I tell a story really fast? It's going to take 2 seconds.
Did we talk about the Rascal Flatts bar?
We did not, but we'll save that for another day. Long story short, I was at not Tequila Cowboy, Texas Roadhouse with a couple of my friends. One just opened in Monroeville. And
the B+ Tequila Cowboy.
The version of Tequila Cowboy. There was, long story short, they have drawings of all the different country artists up on the wall. Like there's, like,
I remember that.
Yeah, if you go to like the beach or something, they have like caricatures or whatever. They do like little fancy drawings.
Mine's always like NASCAR drivers.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Same sort of deal where they have Blake Shelton, they have Luke Bryan, they have Dierks Bentley, all that stuff. They had one of Rascal Flatts, and I asked my server, I was like, listen, I need to ask for your manager, and I'm not being a Karen right now because I have nothing to complain about, but I just have to ask your manager a quick question. So the manager comes around, and he's just like, I asked him, I was like, you know what, listen, I'm a massive Rascal Flatts fan. That drawing up there, can I, like, I'll pay you for it. Can I have that drawing?
Did you get it?
He was like, that's from corporate. We can't give that out. Get the hell out of my restaurant. I was like, okay, bye.
That's like when I worked at a sports store in the Strip District called Yinzer's in the Berg. They sold like they had this thing. It was like a pool table lamp. Like it was a really long pool table lamp that we just hung like in the store just as decoration. And I would hope no one would want to buy it because I had no clue how to take it down. And apparently people that come in for Steeler games have money. And all of them were just like, how much is that? And I would just be like, it's display.
That's probably smart. Oh, man. But, yeah, that's my memories of Tequila Cowboy. Not a bad place. Not my first place to go to if you want to drink. It's a little crazy, but it's still enjoyable.
I'm not like an expensive drink person, which like I hope to make that kind of money one day where people buy like shots at like Tequila Cowboy and it's like, oh, can I have a shot and a beer? It's like, yeah, that's $40. And they're like, oh, pocket change. Like,
I got that in my cup holder.
I hope to reach that one day and still go to the same shitty bars that I would go to.
Oh
But
man.
Tequila Cowboy holds a place in our heart because we had to go there so many times for the radio station. And I know when JJ said he was going on a cruise, we were just like, hey, we're going to do Tequila Cowboy. He's like, okay, I know nothing about Tequila Cowboy.
And that's probably for the best. You know that we have negative experiences with Tequila Cowboy, but overall, I mean, again, it's not a bad place. It's a very nice place. It's, if you like country music, that's the place to go to. It just gets a little rowdy at times, but hey, if you're into that thing, go for it. But
Yeah, let's see if there's any happy hours, because if there's happy hours when I move back, we should totally go.
record at Tequila Cowboy.
No, let's go to brunch. Let's get brunch with
the
each other.
The boys go to brunch.
The boys live episode, getting brunch. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty into this Bam Bam waffles that I see on here, which is a waffle with fruity pebbles, maple syrup, and sweet whipped cream.
That actually sounds kind of good.
I know. I don't understand putting putting cereal on stuff things, but I mean, hey, whatever, it is what it is. So I see no happy hour thing for Nashville because I don't even think they have to do it. But I found a happy hour menu for Tequila Cowboy and Little Red Wagon, or what's it called?
Little Red Wagon.
Little
Red Corvette. Yeah.
Okay, happy hour is Thursdays 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Hey, if I get a job near downtown Pittsburgh, you and I, yeah. As we talked about, you like to drive to Pittsburgh like for Penguin games at like 6:45 when the game starts at 7. Like
we'll still make it for puck drop.
Yeah, they got happy hour.
Nice. Yeah, we should definitely do that. We'll break JJ in.
$7 Music City jumbo margaritas.
Ooh, boys are going to be lit.
They put a happy hour thing, free mechanical bull rides. So they do charge for the mechanical bull here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how much they charge, but
like I said, I feel like they should be paying you to ride that.
I know. I'm going to lose my sponsorship for Tequila Cowboy right now. Make your bull free. Make it free and get Andy drunk and let him talk to it.
Make the bull free again. Make the bull great again.
Stop the steal. Stop stealing these people's money. Ride the bull.
We're gonna get flags like the Trump flags.
We're gonna get like a tag on this episode, just like here's the truth about vaccines.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Oh god. All right, you want to wind it down from here?
Yeah, let's wind up. Wind down. I mean,
yeah, wind down. All right, so I'll think of a catchphrase. I'll think of one day. But let's get at and let's talk about where everyone can find us. They can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I put some stuff on TikTok. I don't know if you saw that. We don't have a page, but I put some stuff on TikTok. But like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Boys in the Berg, and be sure to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And hey, make sure to give us that 5-star review. Just like, that 5 stars for Tequila Cowboy that they get on Yelp all the time.
Oh, 4.5. Because JJ is not here, I will say it. Christopher.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure, never business.
Yes, it is. Bye.